Hello everybody, Dr. Blue here. Welcome to the Borderlands 3 Bloody Harvest DLC mini review. Yeah, that's right, it's going to be a mini review. It's going to be a lot shorter than usual, but it's still going to get a score and other stuff. But yeah, it's just going to be a mini DLC review because the DLC was actually really short. It only took 2 hours to kind of experience the whole thing, really. Obviously, I haven't done all the challenges on it yet because some of the challenges are a bit grindy, which we'll talk about later. But I did think I got most of the experience doing the DLC. So let's get into it. So my first impressions of this game, I was really excited for it. There was a whole new set of patch notes that I went to, and it seems like they're really listening to the community. I'll play the clip for you here, because I don't want to talk about it too much, but it does really seem like Borderlands are listening to the community. I wanted to go through the patch notes real quick, because the patch notes for this thing are really, really good. So let me just take you through the patch notes. And I wanted to go through this because it feels like they watched my review. I don't think they did, obviously, because, you know, small-time YouTuber, they're not going to check it. But it really feels like they did because they addressed so many of the concerns I had in these things. So there's the main event, obviously, but then there's loads of stability stuff. Now, I have run into this bug, I've run into this one, but that's kind of the patch notes for now. So they've done that, and I think this is what they're going to do. So here's a look at some of the things they're working to implement in future patches. Now, this is the important stuff, because this is what makes me feel like they listen to my stuff. Because the bank, I constantly go on about how the bank is too small and it needs improvement. They're going to, once they do the takedown at Malawan's Black Site or whatever, they're going to do a significant bank expansion, which will more than double the existing space, which means I can delete those fucking characters that are holding my weapon. So I'm going to get more than 100 spaces. That's great. There's going to be specific gear dropping from bosses. So that thing where I mentioned where bosses aren't dropping the weapons that they use, that's going to be done in the November patch. The vending machines, oh my god, yes, I talked about that so much. They're redoing that. There's going to be some on Athenas, which is, yeah, a really good one. Atlas HQ is another one. Skywall 27 especially, I know I mentioned that one. And so for the features, they added a few more cosmetics to the game, which were nice. I haven't got all of them yet, but the initial 2 they added were really cool. There was a photo mode added, which is actually really awesome. You can get loads of different filters on it, loads of different effects. It's a really good photo mode. I enjoy it. I'm glad they added it in. It's a really good feature. You've got new enemies like the ghosts. They've got these standard ghosts. You've got your badass ghosts, which look like Terminator, and then you got your loot ghosts. They're all kind of different colours and drop different things, but it was nice to see a new enemy. They weren't afraid to add a new enemy. They also added an event tab to the inventory screen on the far right. Obviously, the inventory is still not really fixed with the whole scrolling and, you know, lag and stuff like that, so it was a little annoying to try and get to it throughout all that lag. But it is there, and it shows you everything you need to do for the Halloween harvest, and even provides a tracker, which is really nice. And they introduced a whole new location called the Heck Hole. It's based on Athenas, I think, but you can't go to there. If you go to Athenas, you have to go through this portal on Sanctuary to get there, and it just kind of looks like they use Athenas assets. I think maybe it's based on Athenas, but obviously it's not a canon DLC, so I don't think you can get to there from Athenas, but maybe they'll introduce a way to get to it after the DLC has been added, because I don't think Maurice and the portal will be staying on the whole time. The level design, however, on the Heck Hole was pretty cool. Some of the backgrounds were incredible. You can tell they'd worked on the map quite a lot. I actually didn't even find any glitches with the map. It was really well done.
Borderlands 1.
There's venom machines. Good. What's the vending machine placement like, though? Look at that skull in the distance. It's cool.
Wait for me, dude. Oh, yeah.
Got a big skull in the distance, and this man in a coffin.
Oh, dude, that's pretty.
It's a monk.
Rad, pretty radical.
It's Tinkhead impaled.
Is that a pumpkin? That's a hanging psycho. That's actually really cool. I like that.
Okay, this is kind of cool. Look at that. It's like claws of some sort of monster.
Scarlet Wind.
Yeah, this is her home. There was a whole new boss as well, Captain Haunt. I say whole new, but he's Captain Traunt, but it's Haunt, I guess. He's come back from the dead. He looks really cool. He's got like ghosts that he released. He's got like shielding phylacteries that shield him. He's got like a whole skull, Malawan armor thing going on. It looks really awesome, actually. Alright, let's go in the hole.
No. Oh, I wanted to get the first jump.
Wow. Oh, there he is.
Hey, you look cool.
Which one is it? Is it Captain or General?
Oh, it's Captain.
And once again, the soundtrack for this DLC was really on point. And that was it for the features. Now for the criticisms. The criticisms will kind of link in more to what the Halloween DLC is about and some of the negatives of the positives. So first of all, with the new enemies, obviously there was new ghosts, but they were supposed to be undead Malawan soldiers, except they look the exact same. The only thing that's different about them is their names.
For a thumbnail, we should wear the pumpkin head.
Corpse guards. What do they look like? Do they look different? They look exactly the same.
Well, that's pretty, I mean, they're just dead, you know, alright, that's a little bit of a...
Yeah, they look exactly the same. That kind of blows.
They could have done something.
I would have, like, you know, cracked clothes and, like, green skin or something, you know?
Yeah, but now they're just like, they turn into ghosts. Woo!
Keymaster. It looks exactly the same. Disappointing! And there's also these enemies of the Ratch, like the Ratches and stuff. The only thing different about them is that they have more blood on their feet, and that was it. Would have been nice to see, like, maybe zombie Malawan soldiers. Maybe they can fight the same, but maybe, like, there's tears in their armor, there's green skin, there's cuts, there's bites. I don't know, something like that would have been nice. I said there was new cosmetics being released in the game, but Earl doesn't have any new cosmetics. There's only about 4, I think, that they added, maybe 3. So there wasn't that many. And as I said, this DLC is kind of based on Athena's, but it doesn't add a section to Athena's, and thus Athena's kind of still remains the most boring world in this game. Most of the Halloween loot is just the Terror ability added into their existing guns. I know they did add 1 new shotgun in, and I think 1 new grenade called the Gas Call in. I can't remember the name of the shotgun, but I know they added those 2 in. I don't think they added much more than that. They just added the whole Terror mechanic, which is really nice, to be fair, but it's nothing special, hence why I didn't really mention it in the features. It's not really amazing, it's just a kind of new way to work through the DLC. There's Tink's heads on spikes in the level, which is actually really cool, but there's a bit of a glitch with them, like they're a bit PNG and their necks are phasing through the poles, and it needs a bit of work. Oh, they got no eyes there, that's kind of freaky. That kind of freaky. They're a bit PNG as well, to be fair. It's very, very PNG.
They're pretty fresh, by the way.
Oh, there's fucking things even phasing through the fucking neck things.
Dude, is this your grave?
And there's a Captain Haunt cutscene that plays every time you go into Heck. It isn't too long, but it is unskippable, and also I thought he had no voice lines, but it's not. His voice was just really, really quiet, because you would just go in, you would fight Captain Haunt, and he would just kind of like look up and stuff. He wouldn't say anything, he wouldn't, like, you know, be Captain Traunt but dead. He would just say nothing, but it turns out his voice lines were just really low. They've been adjusted now, so I gotta give him credit for that. The other thing is, the event consists of 1 repeatable quest. So you go in, talk to Maurice, which is this Saurian from the future, and he asks you to get 25 ghost goo. Now you go around fighting ghost enemies. The ghost enemies are just regular enemies, but have green swirls around them, or red swirls around them, or orange, depending on the ghost they're going to give. And you kill them, you get 25 of them, and then he allows you into Heck to go and kill Captain Haunt. The thing is, you have to do this constantly to get in, and there's challenges to, like, defeat Captain Haunt 25 times. So if you do 25 times 25, 625 ghosts you have to kill to get into Heck, which is a bit grindy. Some people are like, oh, don't complain and stuff like that, but to be honest, it is a bit grindy. It's just 1 repeatable quest. If it was a bunch of, like, series of quests, then that would have been fine, and just allow me to repeat the same quest and get all those things if I want to. Don't, you know, force me to grind for it, if that makes sense. But yeah, the game is a bit grindy in that aspect. Not a fan. Money again. Bloody Harvest, the Rebloodening.
Despite your previous coup shed, the haunting of the galaxy continues.
So, you know, we have to kill 25 fucking things every time. So every time we do this, we have to kill 25 of these fucking ghosts. This is shit, what the fuck, dude? This is not a great starting quest, because every time we want to go in there to do all these fucking challenges, we have to fucking kill 25 ghosts. I'm pretty sure 25 times 25 is 425. Let me check real quick. No, 625. We have to kill 625 ghosts, dude, to do 25 Captain Haunts. You know that, right? The actual Heck level is a bit like a proving ground, to be honest. It's not really like a full explorable. There's no extra collectibles and stuff like that. Not that I'm asking for them, but it does feel just kind of like a proving ground. You go through, you kill this boss, you get some loot, and that's it. I guess obviously the whole game consists of that, but there was nothing super special about it, if that makes sense. It was just kind of felt like another proving ground, but Halloween themed. A series of quests would have been better, like maybe involving the same cast, like Tanis or Ava. Maybe they talk to me about these hauntings, and Maurice, and as well. Maybe I'll get sent on like a bunch of different quests to do different things, collect different objectives, kill certain bosses before I then go into the heck hole to kill Captain Traunt. That would have been better, I think, instead of just the same repeatable quests throughout the whole thing. And all these haunted bosses, so there was a challenge that you could kill like Haunted Rackman, Haunted El Dragon Jr. I was like, oh wow, there's maybe cool side bosses in Heck next to Haunt or something. No, it's not true. You just go to the regular bosses called Rackman and El Dragon Jr. and they have a green, red or gold glow around them, and that's it. That is the only thing that changes, and it's a bit disappointing. And there was no spoiler section for this because it's not really a story. In fact, there is a kind of mini story, but it's really confusing. I think they did that on purpose as a kind of humor / design thing. There's not really a spoiler section this time around. And so overall, this DLC was just kind of a bit grindy. There was a lot of Halloween assets used. Obviously it's meant to be a Halloween thing. It was just kind of like a grindy proving ground with some redeeming qualities like level and boss design. So it was a really nice aesthetic looking DLC, but the gameplay for it was just subpar. So Doc's diagnosis for this one, I'm gonna have to give this game a 5. Just average. The aesthetics were really nice, but the gameplay was just very average. It was standard Borderlands. Other than the terror mechanic, there's no redeeming qualities about it. It's just a standard DLC, and there was nothing more to do in it. It just felt like another grind. The Borderlands game itself is very fun, but this DLC, there was nothing special about it. There's nothing going to make me go to a friend, oh wow, that Bloody Harvest DLC was really fun. There's nothing that's going to make me do that. If I'm talking to friends about Borderlands 3, I'm like, Borderlands 3 is amazing, it's really fun, you do all this, you do all that. This DLC, I'm not going to talk to anyone about that. It's boring. It's a grind with nice aesthetics. Obviously, Captain Haunt looks really nice, so I'll talk to people about that, but I'm not going to talk to them about the gameplay because you just repeat stuff over and over again. So it's a 5 from me. It's on average. It's right in the middle. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just average. And should you buy it? Well, it's free, so yes, I suppose it's free content at the end of the day, which is nice of them to do. They could charge us for it. They haven't, but I feel like it might have been a bit rushed. Maybe because they're trying to do so many different things on these weeks leading up to the Halloween thing. They've also got a Malawan takedown thing coming up as well. I am actually looking forward to that. But this DLC was just very average. Should you buy it? Yes, because it's free. It doesn't cost anything. So also, my friend Kogum played through with me this DLC. He's in the description linked. He's in some of these clips you might have seen in this video. Please do go check him out. He is in the description. And that was it. I guess next game is Gears 5, but depending on how long that takes, it might be the next Borderlands DLC. I'm not sure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you when I see you, my doggies.